Hi there, welcome back to Fully Blessed. I'm Amanda, and this is the channel where we discuss timeless truths about issues that are important to women of faith. And today, we're talking about singleness. Now, it's true, I'm not single anymore, but I was for a very long time. And I know that many of you are in that camp right now, and so today, this is for you. Now, it's true, like I said, I was single for quite a long time. For those of you who don't know me very well, I didn't get married until I was 33. And I spent many years, probably a good decade, many years, crying and praying for God to answer that prayer with a yes. And finally he did, and it was worth the wait. But there are some things that I learned during those years of waiting that I thought I would share with you today, and I hope that it will be an encouragement to you. So much so that I made a note on my phone so I didn't forget anything. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you that I thought was really important to remember is that marriage is not necessarily better than being single. It's true, marriage is a beautiful example of Christ's relationship with the church and our submission to Him. It's a wonderful image, but let's remember that the church needs both married people and single people. If you think about all the different things that happen in a church, there tend to be things that married people do and have time for that single people have time for different things, right? The church needs both. So if you are in that camp today, be encouraged. You are needed. You are important. So get involved in your church and help serve there if you're not already. So just remember that your marital status does not make you more or less. You're not more than because you're married, and you're not less than if you're not. Okay? You have just as much worth regardless of your marital status. And the second thing that took a long time to come to grips with, but it finally made so much sense, is that marriage is not the end-all, be-all. We put so much emphasis on this one day, and it's beautiful, and it's wonderful, and it's special, and it's worth every bit of it. But after that, then what? Kind of like crash, right? You come back from the honeymoon, and it's back to normal life. Now, two sinners living together, trying to figure things out. Okay? So our purpose, our goal in life must be bigger than getting married. Think about who you are, what has God called you to do, and do that job now. And if He brings someone along in your life and you end up doing that together as a team, then great. But don't just sit and wait for that to happen and feel like you are less than and you can't do those things if you're not married, and that it will be all better once you get married. No, live the life that God has called you to now. Do what He has called you to do. And remember, too, that each stage in life will have both good and hard things. Advantages and disadvantages, okay? So don't wish away the good things that you have now in your single years because you're so excited for the good things that come in your married years. Okay? Because right now, in your single years, you don't have to deal with some of the hard things that those of us who are married do, right? And we have different hard things than you do. Okay? So enjoy the good things that come with this season of life and be thankful for them. And when that stage passes, you'll be ready for the wonderful things that come with the next stage. And what you should also know is that just life in general is hard. Okay? Being single has its good and its hard moments, but guess what? So does being married. Okay? Having kids is wonderful, but it also has its own challenges. Desiring to have kids but not being able to also comes with its own challenges. So life is going to be hard. So choose your hard. Fight for where God has you now and do the hard work. This is what He has you to do this day. And so don't waste away time now regretting about what happened in the past or daydreaming about the future. Put your mind to what He has for you today. And I have great news for you. You already know if you are in Christ and you are one of his believers, then you already know your purpose in life and you already know who you are. The Westminster Confession tells us that the chief end of man is to glorify God and enjoy him forever. And guess what? That doesn't come with the requirement of being married. So you can already do that today. So let me encourage you to take time to think about that, about who you really are. I'm not talking about your job. That may change. I'm talking about who you really are. Are you a child of God? Have you come to put your faith in Jesus Christ and his finished work on the cross as your hope of salvation? That is what your true identity is. You are his child. If that is true in your life, then you are his child. You are a daughter of the King. So make that your focus now. Especially now, if you are in your single years yet and you're not yet married, you have extra time that you can put special attention to this, and this is so important. And this doesn't go away when you get married, but your attention is diverted to different things then. So now you have sole time to focus on this. So let that be something that is very important to you right now. Pour your heart into prayer and studying the scriptures and being involved in your church and sitting under good teaching. Let that be what your focus is now, and then see what God has for your future. So I also want to remind you that as we look forward to getting married, our identity must begin with Jesus and end with Jesus. Okay? Just because we get married and we have a wonderful life with our husband does not mean that it's all going to be easy. And let's remember that our husband, as wonderful as they are, they probably will fail us, probably many times to various degrees. But Jesus will not. Jesus will be the one who will never leave you. Even if your husband dies before you do, he will be gone, but Jesus will not. So lean into him and grow in him, both now and in the future when you are married. So that's all I had to share with you today. I hope that this has been an encouragement to you. And if it has, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends who need to hear this encouragement today. And until next time, remember that you are fully blessed because of the work that Jesus has done for you. So go and be a blessing today.